Waters? What? For JV, Waters?
You can hear the ice though?
Scoring for Farmington at 2:45 of the first period, number 30 draw, Henry Lemmer. assisted by number 21, Devin Berry.
Looks like we're going to face off to the left-hand side of the board. Sorry, folks, working through some audio issues. Hopefully everybody can hear me loud and clear. Like early in the first, Farmington is up 1-0. Strong drive to the net. Oh, goal. Thought Colton Brandt had that one, but they got the rebound. They go up 2-0 early in the first period. All right, out for the Spartans, we have Weston Brandt at center with Logan Case and Aaron Harding at wings. Farmington gains possession, dumps that puck in low. Let's make a cross-ice pass to Aaron Harding, who enters the neutral zone with speed. Coming through, tries to make a move around the defender, but it's poked off his stick. Farmington tries to head that puck up to their wing at the far blue line, but it goes all the way down for an ice. So it's trying to work through some audio issues, and I forgot to start the clock here, so we'll get that reset. There's about 9:50 left in the first period. Puck is rung around to Farmington wing. They move up center. Pokes it through the zone, gets past the Mayo defenseman. The Logan Case is after that. Poke check. Farmington through the slot area, shot on net, saved by Colton Brand. They move it out to their D. D walks the line, shot from the point, is blocked before it gets there. Mayo clears that puck out of the zone. Weston Brandt after the defenseman to forecheck. Logan Dinsmore steps up to knock the puck off the Farmington stick. Farmington behind the Mayo net. He's looking for an outlet, moves it out to his point. D to D, shot, save. Loose puck in the corner. Farmington gains possession, move back out to the point. The defenseman left the offensive zone and goes out of the zone. Farmington around the defenseman, moves it, tries to move over, but blocked by the Mayo defender. We'll have a whistle. Looks like the net came off. With 8:47 left in the first. Farmington's up 2-0. Face-off is won by Mayo. Nathan Dozois through the zone, enters wide. Tries to move that puck to the middle, but it's knocked off his stick. Battle for possession. Farmington comes away with it, but he's bothered by Bo Dahl. Farmington enters the zone. Shot. Glove save. Colton Brandt. With 8:24, we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of Colton Brandt. Shot, save. Another shot towards the net, but that's blocked before it gets there. Puck gets moved out to the D. Farmington D is looking to shoot. That goes wide. Farmington picks up that puck in the corner. They cycle it back down low. Tries to move to center, but that's tipped by Nathan Dozois, but they gain possession and end up down low. Farmington behind the net out front. Shot, save. We'll have another face-off to the blocker side of Colton Brandt. Face-off is one to the corner. Mayo chips it up but not out. Farmington moves it over. Oh, big save in front of the net. Battle for possession in the corner. Farmington moves it out to the point. They look to cycle it back down low. Logan Case with possession. He chips it out of the zone. We have Aaron Harding after it. He looks to move it to Weston. That puck's down low. But off Harding sticking out. Dinsmore with possession. The puck gets kicked around and into the Mayo zone. William Prevey back to pick it up. He tries to move it up to his wing, but it goes to Farmington player. Farmington D with the puck at the point. Cycle back down low. Walks out the slot. Pops off his stick and out of the zone. Logan Case back to pick it up. Farmington D pivots around. Oh, he loses an edge. Loose puck in front. Bo Dahl looks to center. Shot. Just off target. Aaron Hardy moves it out to the point. Shot by Brenhog. Tip. Save. Back out to the point again. Ethan Pendergast. He falls down. Farmington has possession behind the net. Bo Dahl after it. Farmington through the zone. Shot. Blocked. Brenhog to pick it up. He moves it up to his wing. Can't quite handle it. Farmington gains possession again. Brenhog with the puck. Moves it over his partner. Pendergast. Pendergast looks to move it back, but just off target. Farmington out front. Oh, big save by Colton Brandt. He tips it out. Comes out of the zone. Puck stumped in by Farmington and up and out of play. So 5:49 in the first. We'll have a face-off in the neutral zone outside Mayo zone. Puck gets dropped. Mayo wins it back. Go to D. Up. Nathan Dozois can't quite handle it. Weston Brandt coming through to pick it up. Farmington's D's whiffs, but Mayo can't quite capitalize on it. Okay, Colton back. He tries to dump it out of the zone, but no one's there. Farmington regroups. Farmington still cycling through that neutral zone. They chip it down, but that'll go all the way down for an ice. So 5:15 left in the first. Farmington's up 2-0. Shots are 13-1 Farmington. Face-off's won by Farmington. They look for a quick break, chip it out of the zone. That is going to go all the way down for another ice. So Farmington looking to catch the Mayo Spartans flat-footed by chipping that puck high off the glass. That was just a little too hard, went all the way down for an ice. Face-off's one back to the corner. Farmington rings that around far side. That's stopped nicely by the Mayo defender. He throws it in on net. Farmington coming out and exiting the zone with the speed. Gets around the Mayo defenseman, but is poked off by Ethan Pendergast with the forwards that are support. They rim it all the way around. Over to the D. D shot, that's blocked. If he hustles, he can get a break here. He's bothered from behind. No call. He's ridden in the boards. Farmington gets possession and throws it up. Just a little far up through the zone, ends up in the corner. Bodal possession, moves it over to Lammers. Lammers tries to trip that out, but it's stopped at the blue line. Puck gets out of the zone. They move it far side. Farmington with possession. He falls down, but he still has possession of the puck. Working it, tries to move it short side. Out to the D. D throws it in the corner. He looks at his partner out of the slot. Shot. That gets tipped wide. Farmington tries to move it back out to their D and goes out of the zone. Ethan Pendergast hard on the forecheck. And Ethan will try to chip that down. Ends up on the Farmington defender's stick. And that'll be offsides. And with 3:22 left in the first, we'll have a face-off just outside the Mayo zone. We got Weston Brandt in on the draw. Puck goes back to Hank Holt, and he tries to chip it up, but it hits a Farmington player in the shin pads. Puck in the corner, Hank back to pick it up on Farmington stick. They moves it to the D. D shot off the post. Puck is chipped out by Aaron Harding. But yeah, multiple Farmington defenders back on the back check. Weston Brandt in after the Farmington defender. Farmington moves it up, tries to walk around Hank Holt and gets around him. Tries to chip it in short side. Save. Net comes off again. We have to look to get some different pegs in. So 2:42 left in the first. We'll have a face-off to the left-hand side of Colton Brandt. Brock Lamers with the puck. He tries to chip it far side, no one home. Thomas Freebie out to get it. Bodal with possession. He moves it up to Brock. Farmington regroups all the way back in the zone. D goes behind the net, trying to find an outlet. Moves it up to William Freebie. Nathan Dozois has possession, but he chips that puck up. Freebie tries to hit Lammers, but that goes all the way down for an ice. We have Weston Brandt on the draw. He wins that back. But Farmington has possession. Harding gets bumped off the puck by the ref. Puck's out of the zone. Pendergast back to get it. Farmington tries to hit that streaking forward far side. Has an outlet in the zone. He goes down. Wipes out the goalie and knocks the net off. Well, the face off to the right-hand side of Colton Brandt. Farmington with possession, walks out of the slot, shot, save. Battle in the corner. Bolton and Brandt trying to gain possession. Brandt's knocked down. Puck comes out to the defenseman at the point. He shoots, it's deflected, ends up in the far corner, near side corner. Farmington tries to move it out to the slot. That's knocked back to the corner by Bolton. Brandt in the corner, trying to battle for possession up to Harding. Works it back down low to Holton. Holton just tries to rig that out, but it takes a strange bounce and comes back out to Farmington. Farmington tries to move to the D. That ends up out of the zone. Farmington goalie back to play it. We have 1 minute left in the period. Farmington rims that down low. Colton back to play it. Ships it out, but it goes right to the defenseman. He turns, shoots, save. Lammers with possession. Tries to get out of the zone, but hits Farmington forward. Farmington moves it around, tries short side. Save Colton Brandt. Mayo's trying to clear, but they can't. Farmington gains possession of it. Tries to move it up high. Lammers with the puck. Tries to go far side, but that's picked off by Farmington forward. So 7 seconds left. Farmington's defenseman's going to come wheel, try to enter the zone with some speed. Goes through the legs, tries to center, and that time will expire. So after one, Farmington's up 2-0. Shots are 18-2. We'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm going to try to figure out my audio issues.
Hillers Flooring America, your flooring destination.
Whether you're looking for carpet, pre-finished wood,
ceramic tile, stone, laminates.
Waterproof revinyl. Come to Hillers, 199 South Broad.
When you buy a car from Penn's Automotive, sure, the lifetime powertrain warranty is important. You love the 7-day, 700-mile return policy, and the certified technicians and the on-site body shop let you know your vehicle is in good hands. But the real reason? The complimentary car washes with every vehicle. You know what's better than going through a free car wash? Going through it in the car, and we provide those too.
Welcome back, folks. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. We have a new audio set up, and we're working through some of the issues with that. So after one, Farmington is up 2-0, out shooting your Mayo Spartans 18-2. So we'll be starting puck drop, and it's in about 6 seconds. They can. Okay, looks like Colton Branton is staying in net for the second period. Starting for your Spartans is Bo Dahl at center, right wing Logan Case, and left wing Brock Lammers. Farmington gains possession. They work a D to D, move it up to their center who dumps it in down low. Colton Brandt chips that puck out. That could go all the way down, not quite. Farmington's D is back to pick it up. Farmington enters the zone with speed, tries to make a move around the defender. Loose puck in the slot, still loose. Lammers with possession, tries to chip it out. That goes out of play. And the 14:26 left, we'll have a face-off to the glove hand side of Colton Brandt. Looks like Weston Brandt in on the draw. Puck goes to the corner, Farmington after it. Farmington has possession of the corner. Farmington working that puck down low. Ford almost has an open lane to the net. Chips it back behind the net. Ethan Pendergast back to pick it up. Pendergast and Weston battling for possession. Weston tries to chip it up to the wing, but it goes to the Farmington defenseman. Aaron Harding in after that puck. Weston Brand in after that Farmington defenseman. He chips it around Weston Brand, moves it up through the neutral zone. Puck in the corner, Farmington out to the point. Dumps it down low. Moves out to the slot. Tries to go short side, but that's off the side of the net. Pendergast with the puck, tries to move it up, but it's intercepted by the Farmington. Farmington into the zone, goes wide. Throws it around the net. Farmington still has the puck in the corner. Farmington walking through the zone, moves it over, back, save, Brandt, another shot and save. Puck out to the point, D shoots it in, Brandt tips that in the corner. Farmington still with possession. Another shot from the point, save, loose puck. That's turned and cleared by Preby. Brandt leaves that behind the net for William Preby. Loose puck in the slot, up to Nathan Dojois. Nathan loses it, Farmington gains possession. Farmington moves that up and chips it in the zone. Hunter Brenhog back to pick it up. Nice little spin move around the Farmington forechecker. Can't quite gain possession. Still loose puck. It's chipped out. Farmington's D picks that up. He's bothered by a couple forecheckers. Thomas Preby back to pick up the puck. He moves it over to Brenhog. Brenhog back to Preby. Preby's looking for an outlet. He chips it out of the zone. Farmington dumps that puck back into the zone. Back to forecheck it. Preby with the puck. He rims it around. No one's home. Comes out to the Farmington defenseman. They shot on net's blocked by Mayo. That comes out of the zone. Farmington will have to regroup. So we have Lammers in after that one, forechecking. Can't quite hold the zone. Farmington chips that up and out. Preby back to pick it up. He tries to chip it out, but it's blocked by Farmington. Farmington moves to the slot. Shot, save, Brandt. That's back down low. Farmington picks that puck back up again. Moves to the slot, shot, goal. So with that, Farmington goes up 3-0. Pass from behind the net, open guy in the slot, and beats Colton Brandt, low glove side. For the Spartans, we have Weston Brandt centering, Aaron Hardy and Logan Case. Logan Dismore and Hank Holton back at D. Faceoff is won by Mayo. Hank Holton tries to chip that up. Brandt has possession, just off a stick, keeps it in the zone. Logan Case with it, throws it towards the net. Oh, and that puck ends up in the back of the net. Logan Case throwing that puck from the corner towards the net, off of Aaron Harding somehow, and into the back of the net. Now we have a 3-1 game with 10:37 left in the first. Logan Dismore back to pick up that puck. He moves up to Aaron Harding. It's chipped off his stick. Farmington has possession back behind the net. Weston Brandt tries to body him. He's still body him in the corner. Logan Case goes back to pick it up, goes around his net. Looking for an outlet, nothing there, so he just chips it off the glass up and out. Weston Brandt goes back to pick it up. Kept into the zone by Case. Weston Brandt, good job lifting the stick, getting possession from set down low. Aaron Harding back behind the net. He throws it out front, no one home. Farmington gains possession, tries to go far side. Comes out of the zone, and that'll be offsides. Will face off outside the Farmington zone. With 9:40 left in the first, Mayo down 1-3. Bodal out there with Lammers and Dozois. Face-off is one back to Farmington. Farmington goes D to D. Up to center, just a little off target, but it ends up on Farmington's stick in the corner. Farmington tries to move it out into the slot, no one home. Nathan Dozois with possession. He's coming through the neutral zone, tries to go wide, tries to jump around a Farmington defender. He's tripped up. No call on that play. Bodal tries to center, but stopped by Farmington defenseman. Farmington picks that puck up and comes around the net. Farmington's heading up ice with some speed. In the slot, nothing. Shot, save. Farmington wins that puck battle. Around the net, in the slot. Shot, blocked by Lammers. Preview back for that puck. He tries to chip it out, just goes out Farmington. Thomas Prevey back to get that puck. Goes to his D partner, up to the wing. Dozois chips it out. Mayo tries to get a change. Farmington attacks with some speed. Sharp angle shot. Brandt deflects that to the corner. Pendergast behind the net battling. Brandt back to pick it up. He tries to move it up to his wing. His wing was covered. Farmington moves it back to the defenseman. Shot off target. Just a little wide. Weston Brandt behind the net picks it up. Reverses. He's looking for an outlet. Moves it up to Logan Case. Just off his stick. Aaron Harding back. Logan Case keeps that in the zone. Trickles in on net. Farmington through the neutral zone with speed. Tacks wide around the defender. Tries to move it wide. Colton Brandt gets a stick on it. Mayo tries to relieve some of the pressure and throws it out in the neutral zone. Farmington back to regroup. William Preby chips that out of the zone. Sorry, Thomas Preby. Farmington in the zone, tries to go cross ice, and Colton Brandt will jump on that one. 7 minutes left in the second. Farmington up 3-1. Shots are 24-4 in favor of Farmington. Face-off is one back. Logan Dinsmore picks it up. Lammers on the wing. Can't handle that one. Farmington has possession in the corner. Lammers comes away with it. Comes out of the zone through the forechecker's legs. Nathan Dozois just loses the puck. Ends up out of the zone. Hunter Brenhog back battling. Puck ends up in the Mayo zone. Logan Dinsmore back after it. He rims it around to Lammers. Lammers is looking for an outlet. He chips it up to Dozois. Dozois cuts through the neutral zone. Dumps that puck in down low and goes in for a change. Farmington tries to move it up. Someone got a stick on it, no ice. Colton Brandt rims that around. Ends up on error on Farmington's stick. Farmington comes around, looks to move it to the center, just off target. Weston Brandt chips it out of the zone. Dinsmore in the corner with a Farmington player, along with Weston Brandt. Farmington behind the net, shot, save. Hunter Brenhog tries to relieve that pressure and just clears it down for an ice. So 5:32 left in the second period. We have Bodal in on the draw with Lammers and Dozois. Puck comes out to the Farmington at the point. They try to dump it in down low. Deflected the corner by Holton. Farmington tries to move it out to the slot. Loose puck ends up on Farmington's stick, and they just go wide and tuck it in far side. And they'll go up 4-1. William Preby battling possession of the puck. Thomas Preby tries to move it up, is intercepted by Farmington. Loose puck, moves in the slot, net comes off. It's about the fourth time the net's come off. Might need to swap out those pegs for the high school pegs. Face-off is one back to Farmington's D. Lammers blocks that shot, can't get it out. Farmington has possession. They move it through the slot, but it goes through the far corner. Brenhog battling down low. Farmington moves out to the point. Shot. Save. Loose puck. Goes to the corner. Mayo tries to chip it out. Doesn't quite get through. Farmington still with possession. Tries to go far side, and that's just over a stick. Dozois gets possession. Moves up to Lammers. Lammers through the neutral zone. Puck comes off his stick. Farmington beats the Mayo defenseman wide, drives through the net, tries to drop it out front. Brandt working the Farmington player in the corner. Shot from the point goes wide. Farmington has the puck down low. Through the slot, out to the point. High shot. Glove save, Colton Brandt. And while the face off to the far side, Weston Brandt in on the draw. Logan Case and Aaron Harding. Pendergrass moves that puck up to Harding. Harding tries to move it over to Case. Farmington comes through. Brandt moves it up to Harding. Harding chips it into the Farmington zone. Hank Holton in after that puck. Farmington will chip that one up and out. That'll go all the way down for an ice. Brandt in on the draw. Puck is one to the corner. Farmington picks it up, rims it around. Farmington enters the zone, moves it over to the wing. Wing throws it towards the net. Still loose, Farmington possession in the corner. He dumps it down low. Farmington's forward still working it around. Loose puck, shot. That was blocked by something in front. Farmington still with possession. They work it down low. Farmington tries to move it out of the point, but that's tipped, but on the Farmington stick. Farmington chips it back down low. On the slot, shot, that's deflected. Brandt and Preby tried to battle up for possession, but that ends up a Farmington stick, and Brandt tries to chip it out, but he can't. Brandt will turn around and fire that all the way down the ice. And that'll be on net, so no ice. Farmington turns around, picks it up. They try to move it up high. That's tipped in the zone. Back hard is a Farmington forward. Brandt tries to chip it out. Ends up on a Farmington defenseman stick who takes a long shot on net. Brandt gets back in time to block that. Nathan Dozois chips that puck up and out. Farmington gets it, they up it back down low. Nathan over to Preby. Tipped out by Lammers. Bodal after that. Thomas Preby dumps that down low. Bodal in after the forecheck. Aaron Harding gets rocked in the corner. We have 1 minute left in the first period. Brent Hogg backhands that towards the net. And Farmington goaltender will glove that and we'll have a face-off with 52 seconds left in the second period. Branton on the draw, loose puck. Farmington gains possession, rims that around. Brennehog intercepts that pass and throws it down low. He goes in after the forecheck. Brandt in the corner. Out to Farmington, streaking Farmington forward, who has a step on the Mayo defenseman. Pass into the Farmington skate, ends up on net. Colton Brandt will jump on that for a face-off. will face off to the glove hand side of Colton Brandt. Face off's one to the corner. Pendergast back to pick it up. He rims it around to Lammers. Lammers looking for an outlet. Goes back behind the Mayo net. Goes through a Farmington skate, ends up in the zone. He falls down. Pendergast has the puck. Lammers with possession, tries to move it back to Dahl, and with that, time will expire. So 4-1 Farmington. Shots are 29-4. Teams will go off, regroup. We'll get a Zamboni, and we'll return after a word from our sponsors.
Hillers Flooring America, your flooring destination.
Whether you're looking for carpet, pre-finished wood,
Ceramic tile, stone, laminates.
Waterproof, luxury vinyl plank and tile.
Come to Hillers, 2909 South Broadway, where friends send friends.
Two teams with lots of tournament experienced players. Now, let's go downstairs to PA announcer Dick Stanford and meet these two clubs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the introductions for our first quarterfinal games of the AA Boys Hockey Tournament. This game featuring the champions of Section 3AA, the White Bear Lake Bears, with a record of 15-10-0. And the champions of Section 1AA with a record of 19-6-0, the Spartans from Rochester, Mayo. And now let's meet the cheerleaders from Rochester, Mayo. First, Heidi Horsman. Katina Dostal. Heidi Walker.
I love you.
Trina Huffbauer. Stephanie Jacobson. And Amy Shar. And now let's meet the Spartans from Rochester, Mayo. First, junior goaltender number 1, Chris Johansson. Sophomore goaltender number 2, Mark Ranfranz. Sophomore wing number 3, Jason Davis. Sophomore defenseman number 4, Mike Colgan. Junior center number 5, Andy Jennison. Junior wing number 6, Matt Rubel. Senior center number 7, Tony Grasso. Senior wing number 8, Aaron Elliott. Junior center number 9, Brent Fisher. Sophomore defense number 10, Brian Peterson. Junior defense number 11, Nick Teachin. Junior wing number 12, Tony Dick. Senior center number 15, Corey Thompson. Senior defense number 16, Ben Huseth. Senior defense number 17, Rob Worlton. Senior wing number 18, Nate Moan. Senior wing number 19, Eric Klingsporn. Senior defense number 20, Chris Anderson. Sophomore wing number 21, Matt Linebeck. Sophomore wing number 22, Jason Noterman. Spartans head coach is Lauren Grasso. His assistant, Jeff Whitney. Student managers, Jeff Pickering and Evan Mersel.
All right, and we are back, folks. Mayo is down 4-1 going into the third period, being outshot 29-4. Mayo's having a lot of trouble with Farmington's size and speed. Farmington has a considerable advantage in puck possession time this game. Looks like Colton Brand is going to stay in net for the third period. Let's see if the Spartans going to finish strong. Again, the varsity game will be following up the JV game. Puck drop will be about 7 p.m. Be sure to tune into that. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Penn's Automotive and Hiller's Flooring America, for their support of Mayo Boys Hockey. Looks like we have Grayson Yank is going to be playing a period of JV hockey. We have Ethan Pendergast taking the draw at center with Gavin Clark and William Preby. Farmington the possession of the puck. Puck's in the corner. Grayson Yank picks it up, moves it up to Clark. Puck's in some skates. Grayson Yank will chip that out of the zone. Pendergast body still has possession. Moves it up to Clark. Clark enters the zone. Throws it in down low. Farmington will pick up that puck, move it back to their D. In on the forecheck. Farmington moves that puck out and they enter through the neutral zone with some speed. Dinsmore, poke check. Yank back to pick up that puck. He gets bodied. Dinsmore with possession. Chips it up. William Preby chips that past the defender. Can't gain possession. Grayson Yank battling a Farmington forward. Farmington's offsides. Sorry, folks. JV games, I'm a one-man show, so sometimes I forget to start the clock. Thomas Preby chips that puck up to Dozois. Dozois turns and tries to chip it out of the zone. Farmington keeps it in. It's thrown down low. We'll have a hand pass, so that'll come all the way down. We'll have a face-off to the left-hand side of the Farmington goaltender. Nathan Dozois in on the draw. Puck goes back to the corner. Farmington rims that around. Lamer's battling for possession in the corner. Farmington ends up with the puck on their stick. They move it, try to move it up high. That ends up going all the way down the ice for an icing. So another face-off in the Farmington zone with 13:20 left in the third period. Puck ends up in the slot. Bodal tries to turn and fire that, but doesn't get much on it. Farmington with possession of the puck tries to move it up to their forward. Puck in the Mayo zone. William Preby back to pick up that puck. Lamers tries to cut through the middle of the ice, but he's tripped up. Puck down low. Yank chips that out of the zone. Not quite out. Colton Brandt will blocker that into the netting. Weston Brandt coming in on the draw. His wings are Logan Case and Aaron Harding. Puck is one forward. Case tries to chips that out, but it's kept in by Farmington. Battle along the half wall there. Brandt has the puck on his stick. He flips it out of the zone to Harding. Harding in after the Farmington defenseman. Farmington defenseman will reverse that. He's looking for an outlet. Chips it up, moves it over to the center off a skate. And that'll be dumped in deep by Farmington. Brennan back to pick it up. Hank Holton poke checks that off a stick. He ends up coming up the ice with it. Cuts to the middle. He's bodied off the play by a couple Farmington players, and he'll go into the net and knock it off. We'll have a face-off on the near side of the Farmington goaltender. Gavin Clark in on the draw. Puck is won back to the corner by Farmington. They chip it around. They move it up. Dinsmore battling against a Farmington forward. He gains possession. Nice footwork. He'll dump it in down low. And Ethan Pendergast in after that puck. Pendergast tries to center it. Just a little far. Yank along the half wall. We'll put that puck in down low. Farmington will rim that around and chip it out of the zone. It's picked up by their forward streaking through the neutral zone. Come through, shot. Blocker saved by Brandt. Preby tries to hit Yank, but that goes off a skate. Farmington tries to move it up. Pendergast blocks that. Farmington regroups. Chip it up to their forward. And that'll be offsides. .11:05 left in the first period. We have Bodal with Dozois and Lammers. Farmington's Diaz possession. He's looking for an outlet. Deflected by Lammers and brought in offsides by Dahl, so he'll have to tag up. Farmington retrieves that puck. They go D to D, move it up in the neutral zone. That's knocked off Farmington's stick by Dozois. Brenhag back to pick it up, but he's got 3 Farmington forecheckers on him. He's knocked down. Puck ends up behind the net. Dahl back to pick it up. Farmington's defenseman tries to move it over to his partner, but that's intercepted by Dozois. Dozois enters his zone. Shot, deflected. Corner, Lammers. Lammers tries to move it out to Dahl, but that goes into his skates. Farmington rims that around. That's moved up to forward. He drops it back. Enters the zone, tries to move that cross ice, but no one's home. Puck's dumped behind the net. Holton after it. Farmington chips it around him. Dozois along that half wall battling for possession. He gains possession of it. Tries to chip it out of the zone. Kept in by Farmington defenseman. He throws it towards the net, but that's blocked by Farmington. Another shot. Save. Brandt. Dozois moves it up to Lammers. Lammers coming through the neutral zone 1-on-3. He holds onto the puck, goes around the net, tries to center. It's a Farmington skate. And that'll go all the way down the ice. No ice, waved off. Brandt came out to play it, but then realized it was going to make it across the goal line and left it, but the ref still waved it off. Brandt trying to work around that Farmington player. He's bodied. And it looks like we'll have a Farmington penalty and interference on the play. Nope. Mayo, Grayson Yank going to the box. So the 8:52, Farmington's going to go on the power play. On the penalty kill, we have Brandt, Case, Brenhag, and Dinsmore. Farmington wins possession of that. D has it out of the point. Moves it close side, back out to D. They do a little scissor play and work it back down. They cycle it down low. Farmington tries to work it up. Deflected by Brandt. Brandt has possession of it. Enters the zone, and he's just going to throw it towards the net. So Farmington behind their own net, looking to make an outlet. Moves that puck up to their forward. And he comes through the middle of the ice. They stop to set it up, moves it up high. Shot, save Brandt. 1:15 left on the penalty. We'll have a face-off to the left-hand side of Colton Brandt. Again, Mayo's getting outshot 33-6 halfway through the third period. Farmington dumps that puck in down low. They work it low to high. Back down low, and that ends behind the net. Thomas Preby in after it. Ethan Pendergrass dumps that all the way down. He'll go in hard after it. We have Pendergast and Clark out on the penalty kill. along with Thomas Preby and Hank Holton. Farmington's D has possession. They come through. D tries to move it to the wing on the short side, but that's tipped wide. Farmington walks out, shot, save Brandt. 23 seconds left in the penalty kill. We'll have a face-off to the right-hand side of Colton Brandt. Bo Dahl out there with Brock Lammers. Shot from the point, it's blocked. And dumped down the ice by Logan Dinsmore. Good clear. Farmington behind their own net. Brock Lammers working hard. Farmington enters the zone. Penalty kill is over. Full strength again. Dinsmore in the corner. Farmington picks it up. Puck is thrown towards the net by Farmington. Farmington cycles that. And Brandt will jump on that for a face-off. Looks like Ethan Pendergast is playing center, moving up from forward. He tries to go through the leg, but it goes to the D, who the D dumps it in down low. William Preby throws that, no ice. Farmington's goalie picks it up. Oh, just off target, wide open net. Farmington's goalie went to play that puck, but it ends up right on Ethan Pendergast's stick, but he's off target. We had somebody even backdoor him. They couldn't get a handle in on it. Grayson Yank back to retrieve that puck, but it'll be an ice. And with 5:49 left in the third period, we'll have a face-off to the right-hand side of the Farmington goaltender. So good scoring chance right there by Ethan Pendergast. Just couldn't put that puck on net. He had a wide open net. Farmington rims that all the way around. Thomas Preby back. He tries to go to his partner, but that's off target. Logan Dinsmore's back. He chips it around. Preby has possession of it up to Pendergast. Pendergast still with possession. Throws it towards the net. No one home. Aaron Harding. He gets knocked down. Preby dumps that puck in down low. Farmington rims that around. Preby back down low. Other Preby has it. He throws it towards the net, but it's intercepted by Farmington. Farmington comes out of the zone. 1-on-3. Farmington's forward works through. Short side. Up and over Brandt's shoulder for a goal. So the Farmington forward drives wide around the Mayo defenseman and then chips it up over Colton Brandt's shoulder. And Farmington will go up 5-1 with 5 minutes left in the third period. We have Weston Brano with Gavin Clark and Logan Case, along with Hank Holton and Hunter Brenhog back at deep. Hunter Brenhog intercepts that pass, tries to jump around a Farmington defenseman along the half wall, does a good job, and he's tripped up and we'll have a Farmington penalty. And Mayo will go on the power play with 4:44 left in the third period. So hopefully Mayo can get something going on the power play with Farmington going to the box. Farmington tries to clear it. It's kicked off his stick by Hunter Brenhog. Does a nice job keeping that in play. Farmington gets possession, throws it all the way down. Mayo will go back and set up behind their own net. Hank Holton goes back, throws it up to Gavin Clark. Farmington gains possession of that and dumps it back down the ice. Hunter Brenhog back behind his own net. Goes cross ice to Gavin Clark, just off target, and Farmington will dump that back down. Hank Holton back again. Rims that puck up to Logan Case. Knocked off his stick. When Weston kicks it up on his stick. Stops. Tries to move it up to Brenhog. Brenhog enters the zone. But it'll be offside, so Mayo will have to regroup. Farmington just killing clock. They dump it all the way down. Brandt stops it behind his own net, rims it around to Pendergast. Pendergast tries to go cross ice, but whiffs on the pass. Puck ends up back in Farmington's own zone. They turn and fire it back down the ice. And that'll go to the length of the ice, and Mayo will have to set up behind their own net again. Grayson Yank coming around the Mayo net, moves it up to Pendergast. Nathan Dozois with possession, is looking to set up for the first time on the power play. He's looking for an outlet, moves it out to Dinsmore. Dinsmore back down to Dozois. Dozois in the corner to Lammers. Lammers out to Dinsmore. Dinsmore dumps it down low behind the net. Lammers tries to wrap around and stuff it short side. That was a no-go. Yank battling for possession in the corner. Farmington gets and they'll dump it out. Dinsmore will dump that back down the ice, but it'll go all the way down for an icing. 2:33 left. Mayo's down 5-1, being outshot 35-7 against a good Farmington team. Farmington, good opportunity off the draw. Good save by Colton Brandt. Walks out of the corner, shot, save. So a couple good scoring chances off the face-off by Farmington. We have Boldahl in on the draw. Puck is won back to Brenhag. Brenhag around his own net, rims around a Case. Puck is thrown towards the net, but it's off target. Harding almost chips that around the Farmington defenseman. Brenhag in after it. He gets it, tries to chip it up. Thrown towards the net by Farmington. That's up and over the net. Farmington, a little toe drag through the slot, another move. Still has possession of it. He's looking to do something with the puck. He moves it out to the point. Point walks in, shot, save. Minute 35 left, and we'll have a face-off to the right-hand side of Colton Brandt. Got Weston Brandt with Gavin Clark and William Preby. Farmington defenseman falls down, but still gets that puck down low. Holton with it, loses it. Holton's looking to do something with the puck. Was wide, tries to chip it up to Brandt in his skates. Farmington with the puck, enters the zone, moves it into the corner. Forward picks it up, cycles it down low, tries to go to the slot, nothing there. And Colton Brandt will freeze that for a face-off. Ethan Pendergast in on the draw. With Nathan Dozois and Brock Lammers. Farmington's looking for an outlet in the slot. Trevden moving it wide. Intercepted by Dozois. Dozois tries to move around, but it's poked off his stick. Farmington with possession. Farmington cycles that down low. One-timer, just wide. Pendergast, if we hustle, we have a 2-on-1. Lammers, Pendergast, just a little off target. Nice 2-on-1 opportunity by Mayo, but can get a shot off. Sauced over. One time by Farmington. That ends up going high and wide. 10 seconds left. Lammers will clear the puck. Dozois will come down for a break if he hustles. Another 2-on-1. Moves it over. Shot. Save. As time expires, good scoring chance by Brenhog. Nice 2-on-1 opportunity. So JV loses and goes to 1-on-1 in the season. They got outshot 39-8 by a good Farmington team. So varsity will be coming up here shortly. They'll come out for warm-ups, and puck drop is scheduled for about 7 o'clock. So again, thanks to our sponsors, Penn's Automotive and Hillers Flooring America, for their support of Mayo boys hockey. If you haven't yet, make sure to follow Mayo Hockey on X, Facebook, and YouTube. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you back for the varsity game at 7.